What's up, YouTube? Welcome to my second simulation. This one's going to be going back in time in 2015-2016 Warriors. This is the year where they ended up getting KD. In this simulation, we're not going to be getting KD, so we're going to run with the same big three that we have, Curry, Klay, and Draymond, with Iguodala, Harrison Barnes, Bogut, David West, Livingston, Barbosa. We'll see if they can get some success going. Curry's still on a budget-friendly deal, 12 mil. Klay about 15, 18 a year. Draymond about 15 a year. We'll see if we can, either add to this team. We're most likely going to be too good to get young rookies, but we will see whether or not we can get some success. There's not really many options in the high 20s, so maybe a Zach Collins, or if we get really lucky, an OG. Really what we just got to hope for is having this team click and not having to go up against LeBron every single season. These are their stats. Steph coming off an MVP season with 30 points a game. Klay playing good, 22, high efficiency. Draymond, this is the year after he truly became a playmaker. Shot 38%, which is fantastic for him. He only has a C plus on the three, so doubt he'll replicate that. But this is the season where we see whether we can get something going on. I'm just going to show you that this is up to the AI completely. The AI controls all this. We probably don't have much money for free agents, and we're not going to have rookies to get, so this is truly going to be up to them. After coming off a 73-9 season, let's see how the first season goes. Let's get into the playoffs. We should probably be first seed, depending on what Thunder and other teams are doing. Damn, Russell Westbrook, 35 points a game, averaging damn near a triple-double. Pretty efficient, too. 33% is pretty efficient for him. Blake Griffin, Rookie of the Year. Malcolm Brogdon, 6-man. Draymond, Defensive Player of the Year. Okay, starting strong on this integration. 8.7 points, so he's down a bit, but he's going for that triple-double average, just about. Nikola Jokic, first year blowing up on the scene. He's going to be doing triple-double schemes. 73-9 Toronto. Wonder if that's where KD went, because this team, they got DeRozan probably still. Let's check the roster real quick. So no first teams. Steph is second team, averaging 34. Wow. Efficient 34 too. No Klay in the third team. Draymond obviously gets first team. And interesting to see James Harden as first team defense. 1.4 steals. Don't typically see that. It's amazing seeing these guys get 73-9. Solid team, but for them to go through the East like that, what's happening to LeBron? LeBron's 5th seed, so it's off year for Cleveland. We're third with 60 plus wins, so Clippers looking tough too. Let's check out the whole league real quick. Clippers with Chris Paul, Blake, DeAndre. This was a solid group for about 5-6 years, from 2012 to 2017. They look like they played great this year. So we got Spurs second seed as well. Let's check their roster real quick. Kawhi 96. Aldridge, Powell, Tony still, Ginobili. Looking tough. Kawhi at any era is definitely obstacle. Let's check standings. How close was the West? Wow, 65, 61, 57. A lot of strong teams in the West. We're up against Portland in the first seed. Damian. Let's see if they got much of a fight for us. Win game 1, game 2. Game 3, is this going to be a sweep? Yep. So we got to go through Spurs next round. They get home field advantage, but we win game 1. They win game 2. Just got to handle things on our home court here. Yep, 3-1. We get into the second seed. So it's up against us, and Lob City. They win game 1. Game 2. Come on. Okay. See if we can tie it up. Wow. There's nothing we can really do to change things, but is Lob City going to beat us? And they do. Then the 73-9 Toronto Raptors versus Clippers. Let's see what happens here. Wow. Bring it home, Toronto. They're looking tough. DeRozan averaging 30. So that wraps up the first season. We get to the conference finals, but we can't go all the way. So Harrison Barnes declined the player option for $27 million a year. That might end up being a good thing. 27 mil is money that's going to go away from our big three. Realistically, that's a good option for us. It allows us to have some flexibility, potentially picking up a free agent. But let's just go player progression and check out our roster after the fact. So Klay's down 2, Iggy up 22, and Harrison Barnes back on a 22-year, 25 mil. Don't understand the plus 22 minus 15, but I mean their overall is about what they should be. Looks like we lost Livingston, Barbosa. Roster isn't that deep, so we might get rolled. But let's run 2017. Let's see what happens in this upcoming season. We re-signed Steph Curry for 30 plus mil a year. Klay's still on a semi-friendly contract. Same with Draymond. Re-signed Iguodala and Barnes. So at least we've got good guard strength. We're kind of weak in centers, but hey, what's new for the Warriors? So we're halfway through the season, looking 43-15. We're playing well. Be interesting to see if Steph's still averaging 35 plus a game and how long he can keep that that up for. Steph gets MVP. We finished 59 and I think it was 23. No blocks all season, not a surprise. 44.5%. Very good season from Steph Curry. He's gonna have to do the heavy lifting without KD there. 6th man of the year, Iguodala. Anthony Davis, Defensive Player of the Year. Jaylen Brown, Most Improved. Doc Rivers and Lob City looking tough again. They're going to be the obstacle come out the West. First team. Let's see if Klay gets in there. Draymond, NBA 3rd team. Wow. I'd expect defensive, but not 3rd team. Being similar season as the year before. It's definitely less points, but I mean, you don't need a score. 29, 31%. It's not awful, though. I mean, he's really just facilitating 35 points per game from Steph. Let's see defensive. He's not 1st team defensive, but he is 2nd team. Not seeing Klay in either of these. I wonder how he's been doing. We should probably check him out before we get into the playoffs. We're 3rd seed up against Jazz. Let's see. So we won't have to see Lob City till conference finals. But let's check out Klay's points. So last season he's 26.5 and he didn't make all NBA team. That's tough. Efficient as always still. Just short of the 50, 40, 90. 22 points per game. I don't see a problem against Jazz, but you never know. It's really up to Steph Curry. If he is healthy, I think we can get to conference finals every single season. Up against the 2nd round Spurs, so we don't have home court advantage, but they only just got by Denver. We win game 1. They win game 2. They win game 3 at our house. Tie it back up, though. We win game 5 at their place. We're there. Wow, Minnesota upsets Lob City, too. Let's see the teams real quick. So Minnesota got Ricky Rubio, Zach LaVine, Wiggins, Cat. They match up pretty good besides Cat against Festus. I mean, he's going to have his way with us. But we'll see, really. It's going to be Cat versus Steph. We win game 1. Game 2. They take game 3 at their place. We win game 4 at theirs. Let's see if we can... Okay, we're in the finals. Looks like up against Boston. Let's see their team. We got Isaiah at 91. Wow. That was his peak. The team's solid, but I think this is going to be a championship. Let's see. Game 1, us. They take game 2. They take game 3. Wow, maybe I jinxed it. Game 4. Oh, no. See if we got a comeback in us. Nope. Isaiah 24-8. So we've got to the conference finals and then finals and lost. I know Boston fans are happy. So to player progression, let's hope that we get a couple of rotational pieces here. Looney's still going up. It looks like the same team, but we pick up Joakim Noah for a veteran minimum. Jaron Grant, not Jeremiah. Draymond's slipping a bit, but Steph is officially a 99. I think the future, like, if I had control, I'd make Looney a center. And I would like where this team is, but I'm not going to touch anything. Going to keep running it. Let's see what happens. Steph Curry MVP again. We finished 57 and I think it was 27 or 25, one of the two. This is his second MVP, back-to-back MVPs, 4 total for him. 2 before the simulation, 2 after. Trae Young, Rookie of the Year. Avery Bradley, 6th man. Giannis getting Defensive Player of the Year. He's averaging almost a triple-double on top of 2 steals and 2 blocks. That's truly a Giannis-like stat. Most Improved Player, Devin Booker, 34. He's probably pretty close to that MVP too, 50, 40, 90. Celtics 64 after finals, so they're trying to back-to-back. Gotta stop that from happening. Steph first team. Klay and Draymond gets second team defense. So we're up against Portland in the first seed, but looking at the roster, Draymond is down 4. I wonder if that's a morale issue or what, or he's regressing at 29 in his prime. Harrison Barnes coming off a ruptured right Achilles, 1 to 2 weeks. He must have been out all season as well. So for us to get 57 wins is pretty decent without one of our main pieces. We'll see how we do this offseason. It's a little bit worrisome, but what can we do? Just got to ride Steph Curry to the promised land. Ayo. Okay, up against Jazz, they take game 1. We take game 2. We got to win 1 at their house. There it is. 3-1. Looks like we're getting past them. Okay, up against the 1 seed. We had a bit of trouble with them last year, but we win game 1, game 2. They take game 3. Okay, both teams did what they had to do at their house. 3-2. This is going to be a simcast. So they're whooping us in the first half. We have 18 points in 18 plus minutes. That's crazy. We're going to lose this. Wonder if we don't have Steph or something, because there ain't no way we're scoring 40 points. Like 50 points by the fourth quarter. Man, they really spanked us. That's sad to see. Got to see if Steph's out or something. What's our excuse? Because we need one. Doesn't look like we had any excuse. I mean, Steph had 38 points per game in the playoffs, 39. I wonder what type of minutes he's been playing. 41. I mean, that makes sense for the playoffs. It's tough. Wonder if Draymond's starting off the chemistry or the morale or something. But let's see what happens here. Raptors against Timberwolves. Timberwolves looking like they're going to sweep. They're looking tough. Cat, 28-16 with 3 blocks. He's looking like a monster. Yeah, we've got to figure out what our issue is this offseason. So let's go to player progression. Let's hope we picked up some extra pieces. Because Draymond, I mean, it looks like his morale mostly went back up, but he's still regressing. Iggy's still 82 overall at 35. Harrison Barnes didn't go down after his ruptured Achilles. Looks like we lost Kevon Looney. Repeat, Kevon Looney has left the building, which is kind of sad because we got Tyreke Evans. That's something. That's a bit of a replacement, but we need some more power forwards and big men. Looks like we drafted one last year that didn't go up, and then we drafted this guy this year. He's higher in potential. Hopefully he can grow to be the Kevon Looney replacement, but let's go year 2020, the COVID year. Let's see what happens. Bubble year. After the first 25 games, we're 14-14. Not looking like we're too hot. We got to check injuries potentially. No, Steph. He's having if 31 points a game is a regression year, he's definitely struggling a bit. I mean, it's still 50, 40, 90. He's down a little bit in minutes. That might be the reason why. So game past the All-Star break, we're 30-25. We're going to have to get through the playoffs the tough way with no home field advantage. Nikola Jokic, his first MVP, averaging 23, 14, and 7. That's tough. Why Defensive Player of the Year? That's cool too. Two tough teams, Minnesota and Celtics. He's still first team, averaging 31.5. Let's see if anybody else on the Warriors. Doesn't look like it. So we just gotta hope that we can get through some tough teams. We're still 4th seed, so that's not too bad. We win game 1. They take game 2 at our house, though. We take game 3 at theirs. Game 4 at theirs. Alright, we got to get through a 67-win team now. They take game 1. Game 2. Oh no, they're going to sweep us. They did. Was everybody healthy? Any excuses? I mean, Harrison, torn left calf muscle. He's been getting hurt bad. There must be a chemistry issue or something going on here, because for these two to be down mid-season, this isn't even progression. But it is what it is. We gotta hope that we can either get some money to get some new pieces, some roster help, or wow, the two teams are 66 plus wins went against each other, and Celtics swept them. Free agency, let's cross our fingers. That's the only way we really get some progression going on. We got everybody still, but a lot of red. Don't know if I feel that hopeful, but I mean, Steph Curry's been huge for us. He just has to average another 35 this season. So we start out the season really rough, 4-12. Everybody's healthy, so this might be a year where we have, 3 close to 90s, 2 for sure 90s, and 185, and we don't even make the playoffs. But 7-29 is ridiculous. There has to be somebody hurt. Oh, Steph Curry's hurt. Torn ACL season. Okay, so this is the season where we need to get a high first-round pick to get some young youth in here. Where's Draymond? Is Draymond gone? So Draymond Green left our team. I missed that in the progression. He's now in New Orleans Pelicans. Signed up 1 year. His relations is tilted. What a surprise. He's having a down year in rebounds. Still facilitating over there, though. Actually shooting 34%. But with Steph Curry out for the season, I think we just got to hope to get a lot of losses. If I was truly controlling this, I'd pull Klay. I'd rest him for the year. He's going to produce, 20 wins himself, and I want a high first-round pick. So we finished the season 24-58. Cat gets MVP. Wiseman's in the league. Josh Jackson, Giannis, Defensive Player of the Year again. Wow, Minnesota 71-11. They're looking tough, and their overall is only 90. It's not even like they got a stacked team. They just must have a good rotation. We're going to not have anybody unless Klay had extra production, but nope. Draymond didn't even make the second team either on his new team, Pelicans. So really, we just gotta hope that we get a good young talent. We'll just skip right through here. It's probably gonna be Timberwolves versus Boston again. Yep, and Boston wins it again. That's third championship this iteration. Third 14% chance, a three-way 14% chance. We dropped to 4. Hopefully this draft's deep. I don't quite remember this draft, but let's check it out. So there's talent here. Evan Mobley, Scotty Barnes, Franz, Cade, Giddey. Really, I'd take any of these top 4 or 5 people. But realistically, knowing AI, it's going to pick up. I mean, I'd take a young Jalen Green too. This is definitely a good draft for us. Let's see who the AI ends up taking. So the first pick of the 2021 draft is Evan Mobley to the Lakers. Second pick to the Bucks will be Scotty Barnes. That's probably the correct order in the redraft. Third pick is Cade Cunningham to the Knicks. Let's see who we end up picking. Davion Mitchell. That's honestly not the best pick. Backup point guard. We could have got better options, I think, but it is what it is. 77 with an 80 still on the board is tough. An old 77 too. He's 22. He can play defense and he can facilitate. I understand why they would do that with Steph Curry getting hurt. They probably think about the future. So Steph goes down 1, but he still has the torn ACL. Still have Iguodala. Dwight Powell on a veteran minimum. Thaddeus Young on a veteran minimum. Biyombo on a veteran minimum. Honestly, the team's looking a little bit more deep. They probably got more playtime and more experience with Steph Curry being out, but I wonder how long it's going to take for him to get back from his ACL. So Steph Curry is back now. We started the season 5-4. Let's hope we can get back to our previous form, or else this simulation might be a wash. So even with Steph Curry back, we got a losing record. Draymond, real life, you can't underestimate how much his impact is. Everybody, especially people that dislike him, rightfully so, for either the dirty plays or just his antics. Like, they really disregard all the things he does, all the IQ, all the dirty plays, not like hustle plays, I should say. He really does make this team run and has the heart to kind of fuel us at times. But this season's looking bad. We might not even make the play-in. I think this is the season that play-in started. So back to draft, it looks like. Wow, Boston 76-6 with a 99 across the board record. They're looking impossible to stop. Let's see what Steph's stats was coming back from his torn ACL. 31. He's back to 31. It's been dominant this whole simulation, but not dominant enough, sadly. We don't have any championships, and we don't make play-in. Yep, we'll just run it right through, seeing as Boston's probably gonna whoop. 4-0, 4-1, 4-2. Let's see. These are the same teams that have been going at it, with Boston winning, I think, 3-peating at this point. Hopefully we can jump here, because it looks like we're a high 10th pick. Only 3% chance. We stay 10. Let's see if there's any chance of young talent. This draft isn't great. It's top heavy. The first 3 are solid, and after that kind of falls off. I'd be happy with a Dyson, a Soshin. Like, we could get some people here, but we just really got to hope the AI doesn't end up ruining things like they did last draft. Kobe Mitchell at 10th pick is wild. 21 years old, 69 overall. And not high in potential either. We could have just drafted him in the second round, it looks like. 269s. Davion Mitchell goes up. We picked up a Alex Lynn. Tillman's actually going up too, which is good. Got old Okafor. No, 27. Isaiah Jackson too. I mean, we have pieces. Like, if I was running this, I'd trade some of this younger talent for either draft picks, because Steph isn't regressing yet at 34. But there's nothing we can really do. We got rid of Draymond, and our defense, I think, has fell off a cliff. And what a waste of Steph's great career. Averaging 30, yet we still couldn't get it done. All the Warriors haters are probably cheering right now, saying, you see what happens when you don't get KD? And that could possibly be true. The team's perfectly healthy, and we're 9-19. Halfway through the season, we're 19-40. See if everybody's healthy, which I think they are. I think we just honestly suck. We are a guard-heavy team, so our centers and power forwards are weak. There's really no excuses, honestly. We should be a much better team, but at this point, I hope we lose so we can get a young talent to, get us back into it, hopefully. But 27 wins is probably too many for a top 5 pick. Paulo, Rookie of the Year. Giannis is like 3rd Defensive Player of the Year. And Celtics are 69-13 again. They're tough, this simulation. And in real life too, so checks out. Still 4-time MVP, 9-time All-Star. I mean, the only one he missed out of the first team was 2017 and 2021 when he got the torn ACL. See what he averaged this year. 30 on the dot. Still 50, 40, 90 efficient. 33 minutes a game. I mean, you know, can't complain. He's been doing what he's meant to. I mean, he's the only one that should complain, honestly. Boston probably winning again. They're up against the same teams again. And Minnesota and Boston. Oh, and Minnesota wins it this time with Cat getting Finals MVP. A little change of pace. So we'll go to draft lottery. Hopefully we get a top 5 pick. Looks like 4, is it? Yep, 4 at 12.5%. Just got to cross your fingers. And we dropped to 7. So that's 3 teams that jumped past us. That's not ideal. It's about the luck we've had during this whole simulation. The first 5 are solid. Everybody wants a Victor. So let's see if we can end up getting anything. I almost wanted to skip it, but Victor obviously goes number 1 to Washington. 7th pick is tough. There's the first one. So both Thompson twins are off the board. We still have 2 more picks to go. Brandon Miller. Yeah. Probably not going to get much, but hopefully we end up drafting young. There's a power forward we probably could have used. Terrence Walker. You know, maybe that's all me, but I don't know who that is. Might be in a bad team that I just don't pay attention to. 64 overall. Was there even anybody better on the board? Not really. Cam Whitmore, Lively. Let's see what Terrence Walker's potential is. A-. I mean 6'8". It's got Draymond-esque as far as he can guard both positions. In a couple years he might be solid at 19. You know, that's not a bad pick. We'll take it at the end of the day. Way better than our last few picks. So he's 98. Klay's starting to drop. Mitchell luckily is going up a bit, but Harrison Barnes is dropping too. We've got a Jacob Paddle. Don't know how to pronounce dude's name, but he's been on Spurs for years. A 2-year, $24 million contract. And the team's really something. We got 4 centers above 74. Don't know if I like it, but it is what it is. Got options. We can probably play 2 big men at once. 2 centers at the same time. I don't know if that'll work with this team, but spacing might be really bad. And we're awful this year. 10-25. Everybody's healthy too. Somewhere we picked up Caldwell Pope. See everybody's stats. 10-3. Averaging a steal. Klay's, after an off year last year, he's back to 22. Steph at 31. I mean, the top guys are doing what they're meant to. It's just we aren't winning. It's not translating. Ever since Draymond left, it's been tough. So we're 29-53. Probably not good enough for a top pick unless we jump. But Victor gets Rookie of the Year, obviously. Harden 6th Man of the Year for the Rockets. Devin Booker Clutch Player of the Year. Boston still 70+ wins. Steph isn't first team. That's interesting. Not even third team. Wonder if he fell off or if everybody's scoring 30 points a game. Let's see what Steph averaged before we jump straight into off-season. And did get first through third team with those stats. That's surprising. Maybe he's down on his efficiency at 47% after plenty of years above 50. So we got same teams. Timberwolves won last year, so Boston came back. DeAndre Ayton's on their team. Interesting. Even got Finals MVP. LeBron's trying to retire. Let's keep him in here just for the sake of it. Maybe we can get a dream scenario of him playing one more year at our place. 7th pick isn't going to pick us up too much in this draft, so we're probably just going to skip straight to rookie signings. So with 7th pick, we got Donovan Clingan. That's probably our 5th center at 73 overall, so I don't know if that's a good pick, but it is the AI, so you can't expect much. So 2025, see if Steph and Klay can hold up and make one more run, because it's not looking pretty. Our last year's first round pick is looking like a starter though. Hopefully by the end of the simulation he can actually contribute. Halfway through the season we're 15-40. Maybe in these future simulations I'll allow I'll end up shorting the rotation and stuff in these playoff series, because I think we probably would have done better in those 4 or 5 years in the playoffs if we shortened the rotation a bit and up the minutes to 44 a game for Steph during key games and stuff like that. But too late now. Realistically, we just got to keep rolling with it. Hal Flipnowski, interesting. I don't even think he was top 5. And then Denver 62. Looks like Boston finally had an off year. Steph makes 3rd team, averaging 27. Interesting. He didn't make it last year, averaging 30, but 27.5 was enough. Maybe his minutes are down a bit. Yeah, they are. 10th pick gets Rookie of the Year. Interesting. So we'll just skip right through again. Wonder if it's going to be Boston versus Timberwolves. Timberwolves are in. Let's see if Boston's in. Yep. This is wild. This might as well be their simulation, because they've really, every single year, 27-12 too from Aiden with 2 blocks. So Iguodala wants to retire. Gonna let them retire at this point. We can't save LeBron, so send him off into the sunset. Let's see if we get a top 5. Did we trade our pick? Man, what was this trade with Bulls for this? Man, they got 2nd team too. So our first round pick from a few years ago is looking solid. He's up in his 80s now. Got Vooch, Tobias. Like, our team's looking good. It's just, don't know if we're gonna really do good. Clingan goes up a bunch. I mean, we got a deep team. So Steph doesn't have to do everything this year as he slows down at 37. Got to just keep rolling the dice, I guess. One of these years, if we make it to the playoffs, we got to hope this veteran, championship knowledge and everything really comes into play. Steph Curry gets 1st team. We finished like 30 plus wins. Last season bummed me out. The fact that we traded our 2nd round pick, it's like the AI is actively trying to undermine our rebuild. So one thing you don't want to do when you know you're going to suck. But as the same teams reach again, Celtics win again, man, we should be following those teams. Steph's still barely going down, but Klay's down a bunch at this point. 38 years old. He's probably going to keep trying to play to, till he's 90 years old. Let's just blow through it real quick because I have things I need to do. And you probably are bored by now watching Warriors suck. Really, everything started falling apart once we lost Draymond and Steph tore his ACL. Even though he's averaged damn near 30 since then. It just, team has not looked the same as we go on a losing streak to probably fall out of the play-in. Won't get a high draft pick either. It'll probably be in the 10 to 12 range. Let's see though. Jokic is like 2nd or 3rd MVP. Giannis getting like 4th or 5th Defensive Player of the Year. Cooper Flag getting Clutch Player of the Year as a sophomore season. The 2 teams that have been running the league for the last 10 years in the coach and executive slot. See if Steph makes top 3. Nope. 2nd year that he hasn't. Clingan, though, is 1st team defense. 10, 10, and 2. Wow. He's probably a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. At least we got a big man for the first time in a while. We're in the play-in, and we win the first one. Let's see if we win the second one. Nope, we don't. It's all good. Timberwolves would have swept us anyways. And the same two teams again. I almost want to keep this simulation going just to see how many years these two teams can keep it up. We traded our pick again to the Bulls. What do we keep? How is Bulls fleecing us, bro? They're fleecing us right now. This is tough. So Chicago Bulls got our pick anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Klay's still on the team. Our pick from last year is looking solid as well. David Mitchell has sat at 85 for a while, and Klingen's at 85. So there's finally a lot of pieces around us. It's just not enough to get to the playoffs, it looks like. We'll just jump through the season real quickly. So Steph Curry plans to retire this season, so this will be the last season. Let's see if they can make it to the playoffs. So we beat Boston, and we're pushing for 500. Probably still going to be in the play-in at 39 and 43. Harry Giles, like third MVP. Definitely been running it. Let's see if the executive and coach is the same. Yep, Boston, 65 wins. Can't get past them. Cooper Flag, first team. Kuminga, second team. Wow. Let's check Kuminga's stats out. Came into his own after a few years of struggling. Jarence Walker, first team. That's the guy we drafted a few years back. 18 and 11 plus 1.5. He's looking like the future face of the Warriors. Klingen, first team again. 11, 11, and 2.5. See if we can make a dream happen here. So we got two chances to win one game. We lose. And we lost both ones. Man, what a way to send Curry off. Let's just hope Boston and Timberwolves aren't in the... They are. They are. What a surprise. And Boston wins it again. And they put on like 8 championships during this iteration. Steph's out of here. Averaged 22 in his final season at 40 years old. Amazing. Let's check out their stats real quick before we call it. So in the 2019 season, Steph got 3,000 points, which is 5th all-time. So in his 20 combined seasons, he got 37,000 points. 5,500 behind LeBron, past Karl, Kobe, Michael. Definitely impressive. We'll take 3rd all-time in points. So Steph had 8 50-point games 2019. 2019 was probably his best season. Probably the season he averaged 35, I'd say. How many 40-point games did he get? 33 in 2019. That's how he was averaging 35. Let's see some other records. So in his career, Steph had 3 60-point games, 36 50-point games, and 170 40-point games. So he's 16th all-time in games played. LeBron, number 1, was like, what, 4 extra seasons, 5 extra seasons. Let's see what else. 4th all-time on free throws. He ends 3rd all-time on 3-point averages for his career. Klay is also 12th. Let's see what else. 5th all-time in points per game. 27.5. No surprise there. Sadly, 4th all-time on turnovers. LeBron with 5,000, Steph with 4. That just happens when you're scoring 30 points a game. Minutes, let's see where he's at. 18 on minutes, 46,000. Steals, I'd be surprised. Wow, 12th, 2,000 steals. 11th all-time on assists, 9.4. Solid for sure. Wow, Mark Jackson had 10,000. I didn't think he played that long. Free throws made. I mean, he doesn't get fouled in real life, so I don't see him up here, even though he hits them at a 90% clip. 17, 6.5. 3 points. Let's go all the way to the top. Wow, he was 6 short of 6,000. That's ridiculous. 2,000 ahead of second place. Klay finishes with 38. Just 100 below James Harden. It's definitely impressive. I think in this simulation he has another at least one more season. He might hit those 130 to get to second place, so they can finish 1-2. But we won't check that. Don't know who this Nick Hudson is and why he has so many different values, but we'll just keep it moving. Field goals made, 5th all time. Total points, 3rd. Okay, let's probably between that and the total points scored, probably the most impressive stat besides the 6,000 threes, but that's to be expected. I hope you guys like the simulation. Probably gonna be heavily edited because basically towards the end we didn't make the playoffs for the last 5 years, so no point really watching that besides the little synopsis. Hope you enjoyed. Like and comment. Subscribe if you enjoyed. More Warrior simulations in the future. I need ideas, so if you have any ideas of what I should simulate, throw it in the comment section. Appreciate y'all. Have a good one.